These things are always so awkward to come back from. Hey, divas. I'm back. I'm so sorry. It's been probably like a month since I've recorded an episode. And I really have no excuses other than I've been living my life, and honestly, I'm seeing podcasting right now, especially the whole setup of it, as if I'm going to the gym. Like, I'll hate the thought of doing it, and even getting myself to do it is a pain in the ass. But then once I'm there, once I'm doing it, I'm good. And I'm not saying that I'm not passionate about this anymore. It's just sometimes it's just kind of hard to just sit down and talk, especially since, I don't know, I'm still very insecure about like my abilities of producing this whole show, and sometimes I'm just like, why am I doing this? Why am I putting myself out there for like 20 people? But I started this show as a way to put myself out there, exposure therapy. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, like in some minuscule way, it has, built up my self-confidence and really made me, I don't know, there's just some self-esteem that it fixes. Like a humiliation ritual, like just being somewhat vulnerable on the internet, not knowing who's perceiving you, I think in a way is kind of powerful. Do I even make sense right now? But yeah, I just really just have to dedicate time and just really like force myself to do it. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I get better every episode. Like, not like quality wise, but like more sense of self in a way, if that makes any sense. But here we are. This is the 19th episode, I want to say. I'm gonna upload the 18th episode. This is probably like 2 weeks old, episode 18, but I kind of want to get it out there. Just, I spent time editing it, and I was going to upload it when I went to go visit my parents in the South, but I just got really busy up until the trip, and I just literally had no time to upload it. So I'm just gonna upload it just to have it up there. Double feature content. Hello. So yeah, that's that on that. I actually have a lot of things to talk about today. I'm not gonna sure if I'm not gonna be just getting my feet back into it. What am I saying? I have a lot of things to say. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get through all of it, but yeah. And if I'm more soft spoken than usual, I'm honestly so tired. Like, I worked today, and I say like I don't work consistently, but like I went into the office today and it is so draining. I'm gonna actually start off with my work stories first, because it has been the most trying times of my life the last week or so. Not even a week. It's only been like 2 days and I'm tired. So my place of employment, we're actually renovating the whole office. So they're giving us like new cubicles, a new break room, just revamping the whole damn thing. And honestly, I like the old setup. We had tall cubicles. The vibe was very off-putting. You know, just as I like it. I love an uninviting atmosphere, and it was really going well for me. And then one day my boss was like, okay guys, rev your engines, start packing your shit up. We're giving you brand new offices. And we're just like, wee. So that has been the plan. I think the whole construction is supposed to take like a month and a half. And yeah. I don't know about anyone else in the office, but for me personally, it's been hell. First of all, I already told you that I don't like the person that I sit with. So tell me why. They shipped me and my mortal enemy off to Narnia together. So we are in like a personal office right now. This was like someone's one office space. And we ended up there. And they put us where customer service is. And so all day I'm just hearing people on their phones, and I'm not sure if I should be snacking because I'm scared I'll chew too loud and customer service is going to get mad at me. But I'm literally in a four-walled room with someone I do not fuck with. And it's really annoying because it was already annoying sitting with this person in a shared office space. Now I'm in a whole ass room and I can hear all the noises that they make. HD an HD 3D surround sound, baby, and it's annoying. Oh my god. And this is why I can't have a roommate. Like, that's not my sister. Like, if I had to be in a shared space with someone, I think I might lose it. And it's only been 2 days. First of all, I rolled up into the office on Friday, not even knowing where I was supposed to sit because I work from home on Thursday. I thought at least my manager would text me or like someone from my department would tell me. I literally rolled up not even knowing where I was going to sit. So what did I do? I went to my old office area, just standing there until someone saw me, and they showed me where I was sitting. The way I nearly broke down into tears when I realized they put me in the same room as the person I don't fuck with. And I had an offer for one of my colleagues to switch spots. And I'm like, okay, well, from what they told me, it was only going to take a day and we were going to be in our new office space. And from what I know, I'm not going to be with this person anymore. So I'm like, you know what? It's just one more day. I'm going to be a grown up. I'm going to be a big girl. And I'm going to be professional. This is day 2, a Monday. I am about to murder somebody. So yeah, that has been the vibe at work lately. I also just got my annual review. I technically got a promotion, and the raise they gave me was kind of disrespectful. So now I'm in the middle of having to sit with the most annoying person on the planet and trying to negotiate a new salary because this shit ain't it. And, you know, someone is going to get the end of my wrath, and I really hope it's not the HR person because I'm this close to, you know what, I don't need a job. This is the great unemployment. I can take a break or two, but yeah, oh my gosh, when they told me what my new pay was going to be, I was like, this is not a lot for what you guys are expecting out of me. And the fact that y'all are renovating the whole office while doing this is kind of like, I know y'all have money, pay that bitch up. But yeah, work life is great. I love being employed. Also, not gonna lie, sitting in the customer service department is kind of fun. Like, I don't know any of these people, but they just have drama in their lives, and it's just so fun to listen to. Like, I don't know, for some reason I thought baby mama drama was just something that's not remotely close to me. Everybody got baby mama drama, and I'm like, oh wow, this is amazing. I don't know, I just love when bad things happen to other people that I have no absolute clue about. But yeah, so let me see what has been going on. So the reason why I didn't upload was because at the beginning of the month I went to visit my parents, and honestly that trip was unplanned because the whole reason I even went to the South was to go see Mitski in Atlanta. Or is it Miski? I've been getting Mitski and Miski confused, that I just started to blend it together. So if it sounds like I'm talking about the glow-in-the-dark figurines, I'm not. I'm talking about that Asian lady that sings really sad songs. But yeah, my sister and I and my cousin, we planned to meet up in Atlanta to go see Miski, and honestly, we got really good seats. I didn't buy the tickets, my sister did. So I was just like, okay, let's just go. Like, I don't care. We kept going further and further into the auditorium, and we were pretty damn close, and I was really shocked because I think the tickets were like really cheap too. So the fact that we got to be basically up close and personal, that was really cool. But no, so we went, or we planned to go, and then my mom found out that we were going to the south, and she was like, okay, well, no, if you're gonna go here, you're gonna have to visit me. And I really didn't want to visit because honestly, I'm saving up my PTO, and she basically expected us to be there for a week, and that's just too much time in the south for me. My whole plan was to go to the concert and then hop on a flight home. This is a 48-hour mission. But it has been a while since I visited my parents, so I'm like, okay, fine, we'll go. I'm just gonna keep my thoughts to myself on my whole emotions on that trip, just because I did not have the best ones. I think my heart pressure went through the roof just being with them. No offense, but it's just one of those things where you kind of realize as you get older that you can love from afar. And I'm not saying they're bad people. It's just my patience is very low, and I already don't want to be in that situation as it is, and they didn't make it any better. But yeah, so we visited my parents. It was really fun. The TJ Maxx in the South is amazing. Like, one of the best shopping experiences I've ever had. And I think that has just ignited my love to be a Maxinista even further. So that was fun. Honestly, truly fun. What else? My flight home was hell on earth. Oh my gosh, like, I had so many notes. Oh, also, since my work is renovating the whole office, and our break room is temporarily downstairs. And tell me why the back rooms downstairs literally looks like the fucking back rooms. It was the scariest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, my vision started to blur. Everything was dark. And I'm like, I'm supposed to eat lunch here? Like, this is really scary. But, yeah, every time I go downstairs for my lunch break, I'm like, girl, I'm in the back rooms. Like, sometimes things in my life doesn't feel real. And this was one of them. Every other day of the week, I have to be in this damn room, and it's cold as hell, which is like not a complaint, but like it just adds to the scariness of it all. But yeah, so I feel like I'm being punished throughout this whole renovation because they put me the furthest away from all the files and documents and the printers that I have to use on a daily. They put me far away from that, so I have to like walk back and forth just to pick up files and stuff. And then for the break room, which is the only place that has a water station, I have to go downstairs and get water. Like, I'm really doing side quests every day, and it pisses me the fuck off because where I sat was perfectly conveniently placed where I could do whatever I want, get whatever I want without having to really plan a trip, because that is what it felt like. And if I wanted to print a piece of paper, I had to make sure to make it worth my while. I needed to print at least 10 documents because I was going to have to travel 40 days and 40 nights to the goddamn printer and back. So it's not been fun. I don't like that much movement, and I am literally so far from everything. It literally feels like a trip every time I have to get up from my desk. Yeah, don't make me move. Like, why would you do that? But what was I gonna say? Oh, so when I got to my parents' house, I opened up my luggage and I got one of those tickets that said TSA was looking through your luggage. And the way it pissed me off, because they said we are not held liable if we damage your luggage. And I was like, how hard is it to get into my luggage? I thought those locks for the TSA locks, I thought those were universal, because the note said we couldn't figure out how to get into your luggage. So if we just had to, by all means, try to get into your luggage. And if we damage it, it's not our fault. I have a Rimowa suitcase, so yeah, it is difficult to get into for me. But for you, you should just be able to put a key in and click that thing open. I don't know why like they were so dramatic about it. But yeah, and I think I know the reason why. So in the South, they don't have louse corn. If you don't know what louse corn is, it's just a chewier textured kind of corn. It's not sweet at all. But I guess they grow it here, that, or so yeah, I guess they don't have that in the South. I don't think there's many Laos people out there. So my parents couldn't get their hands on it. My dad really likes that corn, and so my grandma like made me literally a mule to bring it over to them. And I think that was what they were inspecting, because I swear I packed so light for this trip. I definitely think I could become a minimalist now, because I had the giant large suitcase for check-in, and I had 2 packing cubes and my makeup and skincare, and that was even light. I packed light this trip. I had room, okay? So I think that was the only thing that they thought was suspicious. And you know what? I get it. Like, why am I carrying corn in a check-in luggage? But yeah, they left me a note, and I felt a little violated, but also like, you guys are kind of dumb. Like, I would think you would have a key, but I don't know. I guess all TSAs operate differently or something. But anyway, my flight home was literally hell. So it was a smaller aircraft, I guess, but all I heard were fucking babies crying and their parents not doing anything to stop it. And while I understand having a child on flight is just hard as it is, like, some of these kids were straight up screaming. There was toddlers on there. Like, it was just a bad experience. There was so much turbulence. And there was this man in front of me tweaking the fuck out. Like, I think he was one of those guys that had like flight anxiety. So like, he probably took like an edible or something. But I swear to God, like, the last half hour of our flight was when he started tweaking. Like, he was in his seat. He started doing like these like hand movements, and like, it's like when you're like on the molly, you don't have control of your body anymore. So you're just kind of like doing whatever. But like, I swear he was just like the whole flight. And like, I started to notice that he kind of, I don't like, just from my perspective, because he was in the middle seat, it just looked like he was like touching the girl to his left, or like really leaning over to her, but it was really obvious that they're not together. And then at one point, he was totally shifting his whole body to the guy on his right, and then like literally on him. And he was like a small Asian man, so he was just like moving his body like really languidly, and like, it was crazy. And I was like, okay, I know we're like in high elevation, but I can't be the one tweaking out. I'm sober as shit. Like, I didn't drink. There's nothing to me. So I was like, can ginger ale make you hallucinate? But nah, that man was tripping on some shit. And then I guess the girl needed to pee, and he was kind of in her way, and so she literally had to like jump over him to go like to the bathroom. And also, I don't know if she like said anything to the flight attendants about him making her uncomfortable, or like if he's on something, because I swear to God, like, during the turbulence, he was freaking out. He was like scratching his head, he was like shaking, and he was like hyperventilating. And I'm just like, is no one here like gonna help him? And yeah, you're probably thinking, why didn't you help him? And I'm like, I'm scared for my life right now. Also, on top of that, I was watching Criminal Minds, and it was one of those like 8 series episodes where like they explore like a serial killer. I didn't get to finish it, but also I found out there was a lot more episodes, so I wouldn't have been able to finish the series anyway. So, but also like just the series was freaking me out because like the crimes that this person was doing was getting creepier and creepier and scarier, and it just felt like it would be something that would happen. And so like so while this man in front of me was tweaking out, like my mind was racing because I'm just like, oh my god, like serial killers. And like I don't know, I was just not in a good state of mind. But thank god we finally landed. And also on top of that, there were some fucking kids behind me kicking my fucking chair the whole time. Oh my god, I have never wanted to kill somebody so bad. But so glad we made it home. And yeah, I swear to god, the second we landed though, the man in front of me knocked the fuck out. Knocked out, stone cold dead. Like he might as well have been dead because he was still, oh my god, like I really wondered what happened to that man because it was the craziest flight I've ever been on where I witnessed something like that. And yeah, you know, the quality of flying these days, it's just not fun. Everyone's miserable, everyone's a little sassy. Oh my god, speaking of sassy, so when they were handing out so while they were handing out the complimentary drinks and stuff, one of the flight attendants literally dropped his fucking cups on me, like literally like boinked me in the head, like apologized, but like in a really sass way, like sorry. And I'm like, yeah, why wouldn't you be sorry? You fucking boinked me in the head, bitch. And then like the same flight attendant came to my section to ask us what we wanted, and he like totally grazed over me. And I'm just like, if anything, I should be the one person you want to serve because you literally assaulted me with these damn cups. But alas, honestly, it's been so long at this point, I don't remember if I even got anything from him, but like I was just kind of irritated with him as it is, so maybe I didn't get anything. But I just wanted to be home. I just wanted to be home, honey. Like ooh, it was just a bad way to end a somewhat bad trip. But yes, I saw Mitski and I cried the entire time, bawled eyes out. Like I wasn't even wearing that much makeup that night, so you really couldn't tell, but I was sobbing. Like my eyes were red. Like I was so emotional. Like in my head, I told myself that after this concert, I'm going to stop listening to Mitski because like the themes of her songs are just so sad. It puts me in a dark spot. And I did listen to her when I was in a dark state of mind. And so it's just like I'm trying to move on, and I just can't listen to these songs anymore without feeling a type of way. And so like in my head, I was sad because I felt like I was reliving what I was thinking about when I listened to these songs. And also I just felt like this is the last time I'm going to listen to Mitski. Like it's so dramatic, I know, but like it just felt like I was in the middle of a breakup for like an hour and a half. Like it was just so sad, but like I was just crying the whole time because like it was just so beautiful, and like she's such a good performer, and just hearing those songs live just did something to me. But oh my god, when Pink in the Night came on, I have never cried so hard. I was like sobbing violently. And you know what the worst thing was? The worst part of the concert was while I was crying my eyes out, you know, in my feelings, someone poked my side, and it was my sister, and she was like, "Can I get your phone?" And I was like, "Yeah, why?" And she was just like, "Oh, like we wanted to order Wingstop. Can you put that order in now?" Because they're like, yeah, so by the time the concert's over, and by the time the food gets delivered, like it's a good in between, so the food comes by the time we like get home from the concert. I was there like I was bawling my eyes out. I was like, okay, yeah, you can order the wings. Like My sister and my cousins are so fucking big backed. Like, I was literally like crying, and they're like, "Can we order Wingstop?" Bitches. But yeah, that was a fun concert. And I think I've pretty much kept my word on not listening to Mitski. Like, she'll probably come up on shuffle sometimes, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to like listen to her. It's definitely like breaking up amicably with an ex that you didn't want to, but you have to. So that was my whole like vibe for the concert. But yeah, great show, love her. Lamp was their opener, and they're the most adorable people ever. And yeah, I'm really mad though, because you were able to buy merch before the concert, but the merch at the concert was much cuter. Like, they really kept the cute stuff for later, and we were really mad because we got tricked into buying merch before the show because our hotel room was across the street. And yeah, I was kind of annoyed at that because I saw a Lamp hoodie that I really wanted. It was honestly just like a basic gray hoodie with like the Lamp like logo on it, but it was so cute, and I'm mad that I didn't get to get my hands on it. And they don't have merch online because they're from Japan, so I don't know how that shit works. Although I think they might have a local show coming up soon, but I think it's sold out by now. I just want merch. But yeah, I had a fun time, to say the least. But yes, let me look through my notes app because I have been really gathering these thoughts, not really thinking about them deeper to any capacity, but it's just thoughts I want to open up discussion or like just talk about. So let's look through my notes. I wrote, if you're wearing Baccarat Rouge in the year of our Lord 2024, you need to go to jail. And honestly, facts, because there's this one lady at my office that probably just discovered it. But the thing about Baccarat Rouge is you don't need to spray a lot. It is an expensive perfume for a good reason, because it's hella fucking concentrated. So maybe a spritz or two on the wrist and call it a fucking day. But this lady was wearing it like it was fucking body spray, and I nearly gagged. Like, it's disgusting. Like, Baccarat Rouge was the best smelling perfume maybe 4 years ago, and even then, like, there were better ones out there. But I get it. Like, once you find that fragrance that really like you want to be immersed in, I get it. But especially now that Baccarat Rouge is kind of oversaturated, there's dupes, people don't know how to spray perfume. It doesn't smell good anymore. Like, I remember I went to the club and that was all I could smell, and I basically felt like I was dying the whole time because that shit was everywhere. It was so powerful, and like, it's starting to feel like what people feel Chanel No. 5 smells like. And don't get me wrong, I love Chanel No. 5, but it's one of those things where you just have to be really like precious with, because I know if you spray too much, it doesn't smell that good. Same for Baccarat Rouge. And honestly, Maison Kirk de John, if I'm saying that correctly, they have like a whole range of other perfumes, and some of them are not even that much more expensive than the Baccarat Rouge, and they smell much nicer. There's just so many scents, and that's the one thing you go with. All right. I'm not going to police you on how to smell, but just know I'm judging you if you're wearing Baccarat Rouge in 2024, especially if you're going crazy with it. If I get a whiff here and there, I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. You're probably new to the perfume game, but get that thing away from me. Yeah. I have strong opinions on Baccarat Rouge. It's so new money to me, if that even makes any sense. Like, there's just so many things out there, and that's the one thing you choose. All right, we're original. I have another thought that said, skinny privilege is so real because why is Bella Hadid wearing the most office core outfit ever but looks good on her body because her body T? Put me in that outfit and I'm Susan from accounting. And so true. And also, I am in accounting. And, yeah. Like, you know, like those really ugly ass outfits from like the 2000s, like office siren, but not really outfits. You put me in that outfit, I look outdated. I look like just not cute. But you put on a skinny little bitch like Bella Hadid, she looks good. Like, and that is why, unpopular opinion, but I want to be skinny as hell because I have all these ideas in my head that only a skinny person would look good in. And I know half of an outfit is attitude. And while I have that, just some things you just don't look good in, okay? Like as a bigger person with PCOS, apron body, you know, like if I'll even settle for a size 4. Just give me a size 4 body, God, and I will be praying every day that you don't take it away. And honestly, like, that's all I want. I don't hate my body, just sometimes, you know, outfits just not given. And I just can't pretend that my body would look good in like skinny jeans or a tight outfit. You know, my perception, I don't like my body in that kind of stuff. Like I see bigger girls wearing that kind of stuff, go off, great. But personally for me, I would feel really foolish. And I think self-awareness is everything. But yeah, I want to dress up like Pink Panthers in her, what was that era? You know, that is this casual wear that Pink Panthers was in? I want to wear clothes like that. And just the fact that she gives awkward girl, but also body as tea, it works for her. I give awkward girl, body as boba. And so it just doesn't work. I'll get there one day. I'll get there. But you will never catch me in low-rise jeans. I will tell you that much. I have a note that says Zayn Malik being a Yu-Gi-Oh freak makes so much sense because it's always the hot people that be doing the weirdest weeb shit. And yeah, but also I saw the picture that he took when he revealed himself to be the Yu-Gi-Oh master. You could have shaved, you know, and why do you have man bangs? Like, I hate the one thing, not the one, but you know, it makes it to the top 5. I hate men with bangs. Like, there is some freaky deaky freak-a-leak shit, fucking weird ass person bubbling inside someone who has bangs as a man. It infuriates me. And you know what? I don't even follow the Wendy Ortiz Willito drama, but Willito has bangs, man bangs, and he looks goofy as shit. And I'm like, how are you as a man with man bangs cheating on a bad bitch? Like, you have some nerve. And it just pisses me off because like they'll just show this picture of Willito with his fucking man bangs, and I'm just like, why what's the nerve? I hate a man with man bangs. You put me and a man in man bangs in a room, someone is gonna come out not out. Someone is not gonna come out. Someone's gonna die. I will strangle that man. The sinister vibes of a man with man bangs, I don't fuck with, okay? And from personal example, Peso Pluma, he had man bangs. I didn't want to look at him. Fucking ugly. And then he stopped having man bangs, and now he's beautiful. And also, I feel like I manifested the Hannah Howell and Peso Pluma breakup because now they're not together no more. And like I said, that tattoo, he just got to cover the first H. I'm all yours, baby boy. But also, she's kind of scaring me on the internet. Like, she's alluding to certain things that he did, and she's painting him to the bad guy. And who really knows, you know? What did you expect from a man that wears Van Cleef? What did you expect? Always keep that in the back of your mind. Let's see. So I'm always constantly playing the waiting game. For people from my past to unfollow me on Instagram. Like, I'm just waiting for people to unfollow me. Like, I don't know why, but it's just like, I want to know what was the last straw that made you unfollow me. And I want you to unfollow me first, because I'm just such a lover and also I'm a trooper, and I just don't give up on people, I want you to break up with me first, because if I did it, baby, you'll never get over me. But, I'm just waiting, because I have people from deep way back in my past, like way, way, way back, and I'm just waiting for them to unfollow me, because I know they see my stuff, and I know we're never going to talk to each other again, and there's really no point of us keeping in touch like that, and yet here we are, we're still following each other. And I really don't want to see your shit either, because I swear to God, half the people that I follow on Instagram, like real life people, I swear these bitches don't work. Like, they're all like Nepo babies or something, because they're always on fucking vacation. Like, they're never home, or if they are home, they're out. Like, I never see no clocking in Instagrams. Like, I never see y'all complaining about Susan from accounting. Like, everyone's always on vacation. Always in Japan, always in the Maldives, always in New York City. Did I already say that? But everyone's always on vacation. There's a girl I know that lives in New York City as a nurse, or that's what she supposedly is. Like, either she is content farming her shit, or she just don't work like I think she's supposed to be working. I know nurses work like 3/12s or like long shifts, shorter days. But I swear to God, every day she's on some beach, she's on some island. Like, damn, I want that life. I swear to God, she was in Iceland like the other day, and now she's back in New York. Like, how does that work? But, this is what's so beautiful about social media. Like, you can just curate your life to the point of mysteriousness. And not gonna lie, maybe I'll take some notes, because that is actually genius. I just thought about that. Curation. But yeah, I'm just waiting for people from my past to unfollow me, honestly, because I'm also just as curious as to what goes on in your life. So I won't be unfollowing. I'm just as nosy as you are. But yeah, seriously, there are like people deep from my past that I'm just like, I'm never gonna see you in the streets no more. Like, I think we're okay to unfollow each other, but maybe one day we'll be friends again. So I have been updating my Goodreads lately, because why not? And I know I say I read smut all the time, but I didn't know I read that much smut. I think that was basically like 90% of my reading material for this year alone. So yeah, does anyone want to follow me on Goodreads? I'm not that great of a Goodreads user. I just want more friends, and I really like to see what people are up to reading wise. I mostly use my Goodreads as like a tracking system more than like a rating system, or to like really update you on the books I read. So it's just more of like a passive kind of social media for me. But I did follow a couple of groups, which I didn't know that you could do, and I just love seeing like people's like reading recommendations, or like what they're currently reading. Like, I'm curious about other people's activities on there, whereas my activities are kind of lame. So no one's going to get any joy out of that. So I'm sorry. But if you do want to follow me, I'm just going to include it in the description. I want some friends. Like, I need friends on Goodreads. But yeah, I'm definitely trying to read like more actual books lately. And I actually did finish a book last month, actually. It shouldn't really count though, because it was like 100 pages. It was like a short story. It was Sagittarius by something Ginsberg. But it was so predictable, but yet it captivated me from start to finish, and I was still in shock and awe of the conclusion. even though it was really obvious as to how the story was going to end. But you know, I think also because like some of the characters kind of remind me of like my grandma and like other women I know in my family that are kind of like the the main character. So it was just, I think it was easier for me to like visualize that and to follow it just because I had a point of reference, and I can definitely see them get into that kind of situation. So yeah, it was a fun short little read. It definitely got me out of a reading rut. And right now I'm reading The Picture of Dorian Gray, and I'm not gonna lie, just from reading like the intro and the preface, like I didn't know that Oscar Wilde like literally was like imprisoned into jail for writing that fucking book. And like I didn't know that was his only like really published book, because I think mostly the stuff I see that is Oscar Wilde is like his poems or something. I might be completely wrong, I'm probably lying, but like yeah. So yeah, I'm reading that right now. It's kind of hard to read though, because like the font is literally like Times New Roman 2, so it's really hard to read, just from the font size alone. And there's just, I don't like books that are heavily just men, and that book is literally just men. So that one might take me like a second and a half to read. Not even a second, maybe like a minute. But yeah, I've been into that lately. And yeah. I'm probably gonna go on to like two more points because I literally have to poop. So I don't know if anyone was around for Brian Jordan Alvarez's little short series, the wondrous and gay life of Caleb Gayo. Oh my god. Anyways, I love YouTube series. Like I just love the whole like, you know, that someone put like time, energy, and money into producing this all on their own. And I just love that vibe, because like that show, it was offbeat, but every character in there was like lovable, and they had their own little story and their own little quips, and like I just love that show. Like I don't know, I think it changed the trajectory of my life to not to be so dramatic, but it did. But so Brian Jordan Alvarez and his redhead friend, her name is like Stephanie or something. But anyways, I love their dynamic. It's like, what is it? Gay man and their twink handler? No, redhead and their twink handler? No, twink girl and their handler. Something like that. I just love that dynamic. So like a twink and a redhead, Brian Jordan Alvarez and his friend Stephanie, me and all my little gay friends. I just love that dynamic. Will and Grace, like that kind of vibe. So turns out, I didn't know. I don't watch like actual TV. I'm a YouTube girl. But they got picked up for like an actual show. I think it's called Substitute Teacher, and I'm not sure what platform it's on, but it's basically kind of the same vibe as Caleb Galo. I'm probably saying his name so wrong, but Caleb Gallo. Ooh, okay. But so basically in that show on YouTube, he's basically studying to be a teacher. I think mostly like a theater teacher maybe, but it's just him trying to like be a substitute teacher, or no. Yeah, so the show's about him trying to be a teacher, and all his friends are kind of like actors. And I don't know if this adds to anything, but like I just thought it was funny that the show was actually became I can't talk. I'm just glad the show is now in fruition. Like I know the whole plot is not 100% from the YouTube series, but I just know that certain like bits and stuff are from the original show. And I haven't watched it. I don't think I ever will. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wonder if they have a character like Freckle. I'm very curious about that. So I might just have to watch it, but I'm just so happy for him. Like I feel like this is just kind of like a breaking moment for him. I know he was on Will and Grace for like a hot second, so that was kind of like his like intro to commercialization. But I just love seeing a creator that you've really admired like grow and become successful, and just know that their dreams are coming true. I think it's amazing. And it's really cute. I think it is on Hulu. But yeah. I had this lady come up to me while I was at the mall, asked me to take pictures for her. And she was like this Indian auntie that came up to me, like sitting outside of the mall. And I feel like she was just like scouting out someone who was willing to take pictures for her. And I literally had sunglasses. I have the most unapproachable face on the entire planet. I guess not unapproachable enough, because she came up to me. She's like, "Hey, can you take some pics for me?" And I'm like, "Okay, sure." And she had like her whole like traditional garb. Like she was ready for a photo shoot that day. I can tell you that much. And so I was taking pictures for her. But the thing was, she had one of those rinky dink androids that are like laggy as hell. And so every time I tried to take a picture, she would move. And like, so all of her pictures, I want to say they looked kind of bad, or they looked really blurry, because she just kept moving and her phone was lagging on top of that. And I'm not sure if she's aware that her phone was lagging, because like she had me there for a good 5 minutes taking all these goddamn pictures. And then she started posing, and then like she started to like make these like, she had like this thing in her hair that was like beaded, and then she just kept like swinging it, and I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna translate in a picture, honestly, but okay, keep going. And then she was looking back at her pictures, and I know she was really disappointed in how they turned out. And at one point she was like, "You angled these pictures way too high, like now I look short, and like they're good pictures, of course, but like I just don't like the way I look." And I'm like, okay, what a subtle way to say you don't like them. Just say you don't like them and I'll retake them. But I was really getting frustrated because it was getting hotter and hotter, like in the 5 minutes. Like the temperatures kept getting warmer. And so like the sun kept like glaring over, and like I just couldn't even see the phone screen anymore. And then she was pissing me off because she just kept like moving. And I'm like, oh my God, when will this end? It's like taking a picture for my mom. But the thing is, when my mom takes pictures, she doesn't smile. And so she'll like do like these weird frowns. Like, you know how like people with braces, how they smile? There's kind of like they just physically can't smile. And maybe because it was because she had adult braces, but she can't smile anymore. And I know my mom has the capability to smile and pose and be Gorgiana Grande, because I've seen old pictures of her, even pictures a couple years ago. She smiled, she knew how to smile, and now she just kind of goes like, and I'm like, that's not giving, girlfriend. And then she has the nerve to say her pictures aren't beautiful, and I'm just like, yeah, because you're not smiling, you're not giving. Okay, like you would definitely, Tyra would have sent you home on America's Next Top Model. Okay, I'm gonna just tell you that. But yeah, that auntie was just, I don't know, she just didn't like her pictures. And then I just kind of just shoved the phone back at her, and I'm like, I need to go, like I can't be here anymore. But yeah, it was just the most awkward encounter I've ever had in my entire life. And like honestly, at this point I just feel like my life is a whole simulation, because like, why is everyone fucking trying me? Like all I am is beautiful, and I be tried every day. um oh my God, Monday night madness. um So I went to a restaurant where they had one ply toilet paper. I didn't even know that was a real thing. I have never heard of one ply toilet paper. Like, who is out here manufacturing one ply toilet paper? Like, what is the use for this? I I had a less than pleasant experience in that bathroom, to say the least, because I just was not expecting one ply. How bad in the dumps are you that you have to buy 1-ply toilet paper. I think 2-ply costs just as much. So why don't you get the 2-ply? Get 3-ply. If you want to get freaky deaky with it, but like one ply. Oh my gosh. It was in one of those bathrooms where like the thing doesn't dispense nicely, so it's always like, like tearing off. So I had to keep like scrunching it, and I swear to God, I could not get the right ratio. It just felt wrong and off. And even as I bunched up all these toilet papers, it just was not enough. But yeah, I was shocked. Wow, I didn't know that was possible. And who's out here buying 1-ply? I really hope that was a mistake and you never do it again. And honestly, I forgot what restaurant it was, but I don't want to go back there if that was the case. Also, speaking of bathroom stories, I went to a bathroom recently that, okay, sure, I was in the handicapped bathroom because this restroom area had 2 stalls. One for normies, one for handicapped. And we all know we always use the handicapped anyway. Like until someone in a wheelchair comes through, I don't feel that bad. But I was in there and, didn't think anything of it. This lady was literally pulling on to the stall I was in. Okay. I was like, there's someone in here. I didn't say that, but I was just like, clearly it's locked. So there's someone in here. Girl, I had to take a shit. Okay. But like, I was getting so nervous because like I was trying to poop and this lady was like pulling on this and I was just like having so much anxiety and I'm like, oh my God, like what's gonna happen? Like is a worker gonna like come down banging on these doors and it's just me pooping in the handicapped stall? But yes, I still did my business. I was nervous the whole time though, but this lady was just like, oh, and I'm like, oh my God, lady, like clearly this thing is locked. Like if you are really curious, you can crawl down here and look under and see if I'm in the stalls. But yeah, it was just terrifying and I just felt terrorized. And of course it was a fucking white lady, but also she wasn't even handicapped or like anything to that capacity. And she was tiny too. So why do you need the bigger stall? The etiquette these days. Them bitches lack it. Okay. But yeah. Yeah. Men with bangs piss me off. See, I had to make that note again because damn. I have a note in here that says I can't keep buying Strauss milk in this economy. That $5 deposit kills me. Like y'all prey on people like me to not return it because I don't want to do that. Where do I go? It's like if I don't know what to do, I'm not gonna do it. Like there are no set instructions on where I'm supposed to put these deposits. I want that $5 back, okay? But I don't know how. But yeah, it just makes me so anxious because I don't want to like pop into my local Whole Foods with like bags of glass milk. Like I don't want people to know that I need this money back. Like does that make any sense or am I stupid? Because like I truly don't want people to know that I'm that hard up for money that I'm going to return these glass bottles of $10 milk because I want my deposit back. Like I do need it, but I don't want you to know that I need it, and that's how I'm going to stay in poverty for the rest of my life because I'm too ashamed to do anything. Yeah. But yeah, I just don't want to show up as eager. But the fuck you charging me $5 for a milk deposit for? Like the hell? Like, is your glass sustainably made? I don't fucking think so. So why are you charging me $5? But yeah, I don't have any segments for you today. Okay, like this was kind of an impromptu episode, and I apologize. I'm going to try to record something either tomorrow or Thursday just to really keep y'all current on this thing. But for now, I must go to the royal throne. It's been building up. This is so unladylike of me, but yeah. Anyways, stay sexy, stay cool, stay beautiful. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.